Oh, hey, give me all your money, man. Put the money in the bag.
Hello, I'm Dante, New York Times best-selling author. You may recognize me from my autobiography, The Divine Comedy. So, you got accepted for a position here at Hell. In this video, I'll teach you some tips and tricks and some ins and outs of the business, just to make your life a hell of a lot easier. So come with me, and I'll show you the ropes. Hi, so you find yourself in Hell. Don't sweat it. Plenty people have great fulfilling careers here in Hell. We like to offer many opportunities for people to move up and do big things. Here in Hell, we treat each other like one big happy family.
Oh, hey Dante.
Hey buddy. You may think what I just did was immoral, but au contraire. See, oh, look who it is. Hey Bill, how you doing, buddy? All right now, see you tomorrow. One of the many perks of Hell is immortality. You can never die, but you will feel every single ounce of excruciating pain. Take Bill there, for example. He'll never be the same again. He'll be back in time for work tomorrow, and that's all that matters. But don't just take my word for it. Here's a word from one of our very experienced employees.
Hi, I'm Bill. I've been with Hell for about 200 years now, since around the Cold War. Listen, the excruciating pain and the experience of death may haunt me till this day, but I've never experienced company growth anywhere else quite like Hell. What's so great about heaven anyway? You got everything you want. You don't get shot by your boss every Tuesday.
Watch it, Bill.
And I say phooey with all that. There's nothing wrong with getting shot every Tuesday by your boss, because you get a goddamn honest hard day's worth of work. I wouldn't trade that for anything. Actually, back in the Cold War, my father used to host these barbecues and whole neighborhoods would come. I actually got my first dog whenever I moved to the Americas. It was an interesting time. My wife left me in the 60s. She said, Bill, if you don't lose that weight that you've been putting on since the baby. And anyway, I started working for Heinz in about the 70s. I was actually one of the original founders. And anyway, you know, one thing leads to another, and I ended up in a landmine field. Anyway, that's how I got my start in computers, and ever since then, things have been going pretty smoothly, of course, until I had that heart attack, and well, that's what got me my position here.
As you heard my good friend Bill say, we have a very successful chart of employee growth here in Hell. Starting with our first layer, Limbo. Here in Limbo, that's our entry-level position. You basically start out, learn the ins and outs of the business, and then you'll move on to the next phase. Phase 2 is Lust. Basically here, you'll just get thrown around in an everlasting tornado all day. But don't get discouraged, because once you make it out of there, you get to move on to level 3. Level 3 is Gluttony. Here, you have to attend very inconvenient luncheons with your boss when you already had plans that day. But don't you worry, because if you can make it through there, you'll make it to level 4. Level 4 is Greed, and boy oh boy is this a fun one. This is where you can actually start to make some real money within the company. Here in the Greed level, we're going to throw you into a pit, and you get to fight to the death. But don't you worry, because if you win, you get a quarter of the earnings from the people that bet on you. So once you finally make it out here of level 4, which is a very tough level to get past, you make it to level 5. Level 5, which is very appropriately titled, is Anger, which, in this level, what you'll be doing is being a taxi driver. But you're not just driving any old taxi, you'll be paddling a boat through a sea of your fallen coworkers. But don't get too comfortable there, because once you make it to level 6, you're oh so close to your end goal. Here in level 6 is Violence. this is where you can start to become more like me. Here in hell, there's plenty of nice accommodations and places to stay, like this place right here, so you can make yourself right at home. And finally, the 7th layer, treachery. But don't get your hopes up, because you're never going to make it that far, because that role is reserved for Satan and Satan alone. Don't believe me? Take his word for it.
Hi, I'm Satan, co-founder of Hell. When we first started Hell, we were just a small startup company. But when we founded Original Sin back in the day, we really skyrocketed to the top. Eve never should have eaten that apple. So I told her, why don't you go ahead and eat that apple, huh? Eat the apple. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do about it, huh? I'll tell you what I'm gonna do about it. So yeah, that's pretty much how it happened. She ate the apple. Ever since then, we've been at the top of the charts. Ever since we started that patented upside down triangle format we've been doing, we've been at the top of the market forever. I mean ever! So take it from me. Come to Hell. You'll have a hell of a time. So from all of us here in Hell, we will see you in Hell.